Hello and welcome to Funny Science Fiction, the live edition. Hey everybody, welcome to our awesome Monday night live edition of the Funny Science Fiction podcast. We're really glad to have you guys here with us tonight. I want to remind you that our podcast is the podcast where the jokes are so bad that we make facehuggers gag. That's the thing.
Deep dives with the self-deprecation lately. I like it.
That's kind of what we get into.
They're just getting meaner and meaner.
Well, they're also kind of fun. So
that's okay.
And all accurate, so we're good.
Well, before we get into tonight's show, we need to say thanks to our show partners, River City Tees and Level Up Lightsabers.
Let's watch a video for each.
With over 700 designs to choose from, River City Tees has something for everyone. Need some new nerd merch? River City Tees has you covered. Need funny or sarcastic designs? River City Tees has you covered. Are you looking for a new logo or custom design? Whether you need 1 or 100, River City Tees has you covered. With multiple colors and options for each and every design. With things to choose from like shirts, hoodies, phone cases, coffee mugs, and so much more. Be sure to follow River City Tees on Facebook and Instagram. If you do, you'll get the latest on designs and information about upcoming sales. River City Tees. Let's make a shirt together.
All right, that's one.
I'll make you a shirt together.
Oh.
That sounded rude.
All right.
We'll go with it anyway.
Let's go with the better video now.
Still love that video. And shortly here, it's not just going to be a video. We're having the co-founder of Level Up Lightsabers, our friendly neighborhood master Alan, is going to do a voiceover for us on that. So it's going to be kind of cool. We're looking forward to that. So, all right.
Here's the part where I get to introduce the guests that I only know one of them's here. Do we have two?
No, they're both there. They're both waiting in the back room.
See, I can't see them though, so I'm hoping that we have two now.
Oh, they're here.
All right, so let's give a warm welcome to our guests, Wali Collins, a stand-up comedian and the host of Wait, What? With Wali on YouTube.
What's up, Wally?
Hey, Wally.
Kind of cool when I hear someone talking about my show. I thought I got tingly. I got a goosebump.
Oh, that's a fun feeling.
Yes,
and our second guest tonight is Jeff Dwoskin, also a stand-up comedian and host of Live from Detroit, The Jeff Dwoskin Show.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jeff.
Hello.
I'm jealous of Wally's backdrop. You got good space. Look at me. I got a makeshift shower curtain going there. With no joke, it's being held up by two potato chip clips.
That is super fancy over there.
So,
and that's character. That's all.
Which boarded up house in Detroit are you in, Jeff?
There's so many to choose from.
This one's my studio. This one's my sauna room. No. All right. So Wally, meet Jeff. Jeff, meet Wally. We're so glad to have both you guys here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Now, Wally, I've had the opportunity to talk with on my other show, Focused on Forward. Wally came on. We talked about his book, You Never Know. Yes.
What's that book?
That book that just happens to be on the shelf.
Who knew? What a coincidence.
How did that get there?
You put it on the shelf because you never know. So it's a book of encouragement. So it's a really cool book. Strongly suggest you guys look it up and check it out. And we'll talk to Wally a little bit more about that at the end of the show, and he'll be able to tell you where you can find it and where you'll be able to find out more about him. And of course, the great Jeff Dwoskin, Big Mocker. Yeah, we've had him on here a few times.
He's great now.
Yeah, well, I if I don't call him great at least once every couple of times, I'm afraid he'll stop coming back. So
I'm just gonna keep buttering you up so you keep sitting here with us.
That's right. They think I'm great. All right, so tonight's festivities, what we're gonna do here. We did this once before with a couple of other guests, and we thought it was a hoot. And we thought, you know what? Why not try and see how this dynamic duo of stand-up comedians handles the absurdity of Mad Libs. So what we have is not just any Mad Libs. We're going to do superhero-based Mad Libs. So we've got two separate stories here. And so we'll do them one at a time. And I will give you guys whatever the story's asking for. You guys throw it out to me. And then when it's done, we'll read both of the stories back. And if we have time, I have a third one about alien abduction or something rather. It's, whatever. It's science fiction-ish.
There's probably probing involved in that, and that sounds uncomfortable.
Oh, well, I hope we have time for that.
But Jeff is super excited about that. Nice.
Nobody wants to be probed!
All right.
Sorry, I think I'm hilarious tonight, but that's just me.
We were noticing. That's okay. All right. So
I'm going to sit over here in color now.
The first one, this takes a minute or two to set up, but the payoff is good. So it's like a really long joke at a nightclub. Just look at it that way. All right. So what we'll do here is I will ask for whatever it is, and then you guys fire it off one at a time here. And so each time, Wally, for this story, I'll have you go first, and then Jeff. Okay?
Oh, please don't let me go first. Please don't have me go first. Jeff, please go first, please.
All right, Jeff, you got voted up. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, so this is a Batman-themed story. So you don't have to use Batman superheroes or villains or anything like that. You can be creative or whatever. So, name of a person in the room. It could be a virtual room or a physical room.
Kathleen?
All right, so Kathleen.
I like where this is going.
See, Wally, that was easy.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I can take it from here.
You're gonna get,
Wally's like, okay, that question wasn't so hard. Let's see how this
all right, Wally, now we need an adverb that starts with Z.
No, not that bad yet. All right, Wally, give me a name of a person in the room.
A name of a person in the room. Nick.
There you go. All right.
Mine's cooler.
I need a verb ending in ing.
Me?
Sure.
All right. A verb ending fingering.
Okay then. All right. Jeff?
Yes. Another verb ending in ing?
I need you to give me a verb ending in ing.
Shouting.
Shouting. Okay. All right.
That might go well with fingering.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Number 3. Just a regular old verb.
A regular old verb.
Yep. Nothing with an ing. Just a.
Give me something good, man. Observe.
All right. Jeff, your verb?
Giggle.
Okay. All right. Now I need a plural noun.
Plural noun. Let's see. So, can I use them? That's a pronoun. No, that's not good. Can I use them? That's plural, but
Use what?
Them. THEM.
Sure.
Okay.
Jeffrey? I just like calling you Jeffrey for some reason, by the way. That's just going to be a thing.
A plural noun. Bathrooms.
Person, place, or thing. All right. All right. I need an adjective, something that's descriptive.
All right. Let's see. I want to give you abundantly. That's an adverb. That's an adverb. Hold on.
I was going to write it down, but okay.
Enormous.
All right. Jeff?
Oh, an adjective?
Yep.
Ratty.
Ratty.
Okay. And Jeff, I need another adjective.
Homeless.
All right. Wally. Yeah, these are going to be very interesting. Wally, I need another one from you.
You need another adjective from
Another adjective from you, please.
All right. That's enormous. You said homeless. That was mine, by the way. He took mine.
Totally.
Let's see. Bright.
Bright?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I need another plural noun, please.
Dogs.
Okay, Jeff, plural noun, please.
Toenails.
Good one.
All right, I need a place.
Oh man.
Be
Oh,
a building, a town, whatever.
soul.
Soul. All right. John.
Soul.
That's yeah.
That would be my husband and my toddler that he now wants toddler-sized web shooters for.
That's going to be a thing. Okay.
Oh, lordy.
All right, John. Let's see, or Jeff rather. I need a place for you.
Cleveland, Ohio.
I went deep, Jeff. Come on, man.
All right, I need a verb ending in ed.
A verb ended in ed. Stuttered.
Okay. Jeff, what's yours?
Sobbed.
Good thing I studied English because I'm
All right, I need an emotion.
a disaster. 7. Go ahead.
What's your emotion?
Oh, an emotion. Oh, an
I need an
emotion.
emotion, yeah.
Static.
Ecstatic. Okay. Jeff, what's your emotion?
Joyful? Something? Is that an emotion?
Yep, works for me. All right, I need another.
Is that an emotion? Can I ever feel that?
All right, I need an adverb.
An adverb. Okay. Didn't I say abundantly before?
You did.
All right. I'm using it now.
All right. Jeff, what's your adverb?
Unbearably.
Yeah.
Okay. Adjective.
This is gonna be a long man.
Are you doing both at the same time?
No, I'm doing both of you guys at the same time so that we can get.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why.
Okay, we want adjective.
Adjective, yes, please.
Tiny.
Okay.
Fuzzy.
Tiny fuzzy.
These are gonna be so messed up. All right. I need a noun. Person, place, or thing.
Appendix.
That is a person, place, or thing. All right. And Jeff?
Platypus.
He went down under.
All right. Here we go.
It could be down over too.
Who would like theirs read first?
Depends on the airline.
I'll let Wally go first.
All right, Wally, we're going to read your story first.
All right. Hold on. Let me press record. Go.
All right.
A little louder, please.
Yeah. Okay. Batman is Nick. A teenager fingering was traumatized by observing his parents' murder and vowed to That doesn't make sense. Them, their deaths, by bringing the enormous to justice. Hold on. You know, hold on 1 second. I think I screwed up here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Allow me to please stand by.
Yes, please stand by.
Just kind of how I felt like the night was going to go.
Unless you want to make enormous a noun.
What in the world did I do? Well, you know what? It wouldn't be a live show if there wasn't a mistake.
It wouldn't be a funny science fiction show if there wasn't a mistake.
Hey, so talk amongst yourselves. I need to fix something real quick.
All righty.
So,
well, I'll tell you guys. This is not. I bought this recently because I saw it on Instagram. It's called a meter. You shove it in steak or chicken or fish, and then it hooks up to your phone, and it tells you the temperature, and it tells you when to take it off the grill. And resting time and stuff like that. It's the coolest toy I ever bought. I mean, not as cool as that lightsaber earlier, but it looks like a little lightsaber.
That's
if you take pew, 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 pew.
I feel like I need one of those.
I feel like I need more because now you could cook multiple things at the same time.
True.
And you could have different temperatures.
That's impressive. I'm vegan, so I don't know.
You could do it with tofu. It has a tofu setting.
Oh, okay, because God knows, tofu.
What the setting is, it just makes barf sounds.
There you go. Now, okay, I'm a customer. I'll buy it.
You could.
All right, I got it.
All right.
You could just make a shish kebab. Then you have several layers of meat to work with, or tofu.
You know what the problem with shish kebab is? It doesn't really work because there's nothing to actually shove it into because they're all so small. That was my problem yesterday.
You still love my husband, don't you, Tim?
Oh, Was, I both love and hate you. Okay. It is not impossible. I just proved it not to be. Okay, so I also don't read instructions well. So I was supposed to use the noun twice in the start. That's where I got screwed up. There's numbers by this whole thing where if I would have read the number. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. All right, let's try this one more time.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Wali Collins.
And I'm Jeff Dwoskin. Wali wrote a book.
We're going to pretend that first 17 minutes of the show didn't exist. Please reintroduce yourself. No, kidding. All right, so Batman is Nick. Teenager Nick was traumatized by fingering his parents' murder and vowed to observe their deaths by bringing them to justice. Nick used his enormous fortune to study criminology to train his body to bright perfection and to acquire high-tech vehicles and dogs to fight crime in his hometown of Seoul. One night,
in college once.
One night, Nick was stuttered by a bat outside his window and decided to dress himself as a Batman to strike ecstatic in the abundantly tiny hearts of enormous, because that's the name of the person who killed your parents, apparently.
Oh, I got you. Enormous, right.
And from that moment forward, Nick became Batman in his altered appendix.
Wow, that story is really deep, man. That's a tearjerker, actually. I can see a sequel happening with that.
Mad Libs are exactly how I remember them when I last did them 35 years ago.
Not much has changed in the Mad Libs world.
Not much has changed in the world.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gold. Sometimes
more like a bronze there.
No, you know what? I'm going to chalk that up to the person.
You should have gone Simone Biles and bailed on that one.
Yeah, right.
Oh, exactly.
None of us would have held it against you.
So
we would have celebrated you. It's okay.
All right.
Know your own body, Tim.
No, Tim did not read instructions. That's the biggest part of the problem. And I'd like to point out that that's just not a man thing, but it kind of is. All right.
I got nothing there.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway. All right, Jeff, here we go.
Here we go.
Batman is Kathleen. teenager Kathleen was traumatized by shouting his parents' murder and vowed to giggle their deaths by bringing the bathrooms to justice. Kathleen used his ratty fortune to study criminology to train his body to homeless perfection.
I'm right there. I am on the way to being homeless perfection over here.
And to acquire high-tech vehicles and toenails to fight crime in his hometown of Cleveland. One night, Kathleen was sobbed by a bat outside his window and decided to dress himself as a Batman to strike joyful in the hearts of the unbearably fuzzy to dress himself as Batman to strike joyful in the unbearably and fuzzy hearts of number 5, the ratty.
Yeah.
From that moment forward, Kathleen became Batman and his altered platypus.
That's a great story right there.
That actually makes sense.
What's the moral?
Obviously, you can use toenails to fight crime in Cleveland.
There you go.
Right. I think we came away with a coined phrase there: homeless perfection.
Yes.
Bright homeless perfection. If we
don't forget toenails.
That would be the good
And
name of a
fuzzy
good.
hearts.
That'd be the name of a good podcast. Homeless perfection.
Well, if I keep going like this tonight, we're going to end up at homeless perfection. All right, we might bail on the second half of Mad Libs, and
that 100%, 100% what he put on the screen. So true.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. I did put it on the screen, but I wasn't going to say it. So yeah. All right. So since that may not have gone,
was a thing that happened.
It worked. It worked well once. We thought we'd try it again twice. Sometimes things work. You throw it up against the wall. Sometimes it just slides back down.
I thought it was great. I mean, in terms of science fiction Mad Libs, I think it's gonna be rough to find someone who can top that.
Obviously, the using toenails to fight crime in Cleveland just makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's Cleveland, so I mean,
it's Ohio.
And part of my story was true.
Right. Nick would totally finger the person who murdered his parents.
Oh, that part.
I was thinking about the college part, but so I had a friend who was a math professor, and he allowed me to join in on his classes. So I attended college for a day, but he only had one class, and I took the same class 5 times. So at one point, I literally memorized the test that he gave, and I would fly through this math test in 5-10 minutes, and people were amazed. And then one day we were introducing ourselves, and he told me about this mansion on a lake, and I was like, oh yeah, my uncle died and I inherited this mansion on this side of the lake. And everyone was like, they know that's where all the money lives. And it was funny because the one girl turned around and she's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I figured I'd learn math to, help fight crime.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That was a great. Everyone at home was like, wow, we didn't think it could get worse than the Mad Libs.
I was going to let somebody else say it because I pick on Nick enough. I was just going to let it go. So one of the things I thought,
my beer.
So one of the things I thought that we would talk about tonight, if it went like it did, was this is a topic that's been kind of.
You have a backup plan?
I do actually.
I'm amazed. We barely ever have a real plan.
I know, right? So the backup plan is I wanted to talk about what's going on with Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow, and kind of get you. And I know I didn't tell you guys about this because I didn't think we'd have to get to this. I didn't, but we did, and we're here. So, first off, are you guys both familiar with what's going on with Scarlett Johansson and the lawsuit against Disney?
Yeah, about going streaming and then going to theaters. You're talking about?
Yeah, so it was supposed to be straight up. There was supposed to be a certain amount of time that was in theaters only before it was brought to streaming, and it was brought to streaming early. So what I was wondering is, because you guys, with your careers and what you do and everything, what is your outlook or what is your take on this situation? How do you think it affects movie contracts moving forward?
Well, I think a deal's a deal. I think they breached a contract, and so either she gets a big chunk of that. I mean, I think that's the only way, I guess you can settle it, because it's out there and people are, it's streaming now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can,
It's like
on Disney
$30
Plus.
to-
It's like, $30 to buy limited access to it.
Right. And I went to theater to see it in theater. So,
Yeah, you can watch it at home or you can watch it in the theater, which I think if they had signed her up for that, right away, then I don't think we're having this discussion.
Well, it is a straight up breach of contract
Right.
lawsuit. The contract said limited or theatrical release before streaming release. And Disney looked at that and threw that out the window. And then tries to come back telling her that
They're Disney.
Well, yeah, and then the response so far, the statement from Disney so far, that she's showing disregard to those who are being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. That was what Disney tried to say.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because when I read the article, it wasn't really clear that what was Disney reasoning for doing that. So they're gonna try to throw her under the bus, saying that, hey, you're being selfish.
Right. When they
Right.
literally have a theme park open in Florida,
Right.
they're going to tell her that she's not taking the COVID-19 pandemic seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not at full capacity, but they're near full capacity in the state of Florida, which is spawning COVID patients like crazy right now.
Because was it Saturday that they had the highest?
They broke their own state record. Yeah.
Well, Florida's goal is to kill everybody in Florida. That is DeSantis's goal. I don't think he'll rest until everyone has
the entire state is Florida, man. So
I think you need a passport to go into Florida, because I don't think it's part of America anymore.
Yeah, America's mullet.
Yeah, America's mullet. There it is.
So, but go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
I was just going to say, none of us know exactly what the contract says because none of us read it.
I read it.
You can't go by what an article says or anything like that, because it never has everything in it. But from what I've read or understand, is she did make at least $20 million. I also read that the majority of these Marvel actors rely on the grosses of the film for the majority of the money that they do make.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So she could have feasibly made 30+ million more than what they did. Disney had years to renegotiate, while they're at least a year and a half to figure it out, or just make good.
Right.
Which is which, if you look at the screen, that's Travis's point.
Yeah. So I mean, they did her wrong. So I'm glad she's suing. It's not fair for them to ask The Rock, "Are you going to sue?" and all that kind of stuff. The Rock probably got a completely different deal. Has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
It's all apples to oranges. And what they really did worse than her is they robbed her of being the first female superhero movie, because they didn't have the cojones to put out a movie with a female lead. And the Wonder Woman bested them twice. Then they went with Captain Marvel. She's been in every movie. She's practically been the thread since her appearance in Iron Man 2 of everything. So for them to kind of, in the end, not just do right by her, I think, says a lot about Disney. And that comment that Kathleen mentioned about the COVID thing was such a whamsy-pamsy kind of comment to make, to go that route when you're Disney. Is just it was pretty pathetic. It was pretty pathetic.
Such a slimy comment from them.
And Kevin, what's his name?
Feige.
He came out and supported.
Sound like you had water. What did he say? What did you say, Jeff?
You trailed off there, Jeff.
Oh, well, I was going to say Kevin Feige came out in support of Scarlett Johansson,
which would make sense because it's in Feige. Well, I'm not saying that he did it because that's his job, but it's his job to support, doing what he's doing. If he doesn't support the actors and actresses that he's trying to get for these roles, he's not going to continue to get top tier talent wanting to be in a Marvel movie, which has also been part of the draw of some of these Marvel movies is that some of the actors and actresses that they're pulling in to take part in these they're not nobodies off the street. They're not guys who are just trying to crack, a
Right.
Hollywood roster. These are,
Right.
these are our SAG carrying card, pros.
Yeah. But Disney's pretty cunning though. I really think they know what they're doing. And like you're saying, Jeff, we don't know what the full contract is or what was in the agreement. And for all we know, maybe she knew about it and and they think they were going to actually do it. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. And and she's like, they did that. And then, and I'm sure people, her representation's talking in her ear saying, hey, listen, we're thinking about suing, what you want to do. And she's like, okay, go for it and see what you can get.
Right. We had a post about this in our Funny Science Fiction group, which is now at 135,000 some odd members. And this topic took off like wildfire. And that's the reason why I wanted to use this as a backup topic tonight. But this topic took off like wildfire. And the point that we kept coming back to, or at least I kept asserting and so that's how we kept coming back to it, because I kept asserting it, is that if you signed a contract for $50 and they didn't give you your full $50, you'd be upset. So how much more so if you got screwed out of $50 million? Because a lot of people are saying that she's being selfish, that she doesn't, that she
right. The people who are like, she doesn't even need that money. It's
she doesn't need the money. Why is she suing for the money? She doesn't need it. What's the point? That's that's not the point. The point is that she signed a contract. They agreed to these terms. They agreed to this dollar amount. And then if that's not what they did, then it's a breach of contract. And then she's enabled to those rights. Right. So, but
a lot of people look at the money and don't understand that it's more like principle, and also setting an example as a president, for the next, people talent that you want to get around this,
See, and that's exactly how I was seeing it too. Is even if they settle out of court and it doesn't go anywhere, she set the example with you sign a contract with Disney. Disney backs up their contract. Like, right. She's not letting Disney get away with that crap, which I appreciate.
So were they saying that they were only going to pay her percentage on the money from the theater and not
only from box office?
Because it's like the other issue with the movie was it had like a tremendous first weekend, right? It was like
huge,
120 million, 60 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a big number.
But then it dropped like a freaking rock.
It did.
Right? Yeah. If it didn't drop if it hadn't dropped like a rock.
Well, part of those numbers are
much need to sue either.
Right.
First weekend it was movie theater only.
And then second week it was they opened it up to streaming.
Streaming.
No, I think
I think it
was even. I think it was the same. No, it was the same weekend. You could get it.
No, it was a week later. I don't think it was the same. I don't think it was the same.
It was a week later that they opened up streaming.
And that's why it dropped.
Because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people now. So for people like in my position with my daughter who has an autoimmune illness, I have concerns about taking her to a public place in an enclosed room with people who aren't going to wear masks and do all those other steps and things. Even though she's vaccinated, I have to be very cautious about her health. So there's people like me who go, oh, well, I can just buy it at home. Why would I go to the theater? I mean, even though I horribly miss movie theaters, I also look at it that way. Yeah, I could pause it at home and and go pee and not miss anything. It'd be great.
Not to be the one angry juror, but I'm pretty confident based on my Google search. It was a simultaneous release on July 9th in both the theater and in streaming. And it did do extremely well in both that first weekend, and then it kind of dropped.
Both?
I don't know. That's when they just stopped talking about it. But apparently, it dropped hard. I mean, movies tend to drop after a huge spike. But
I've left. Okay, well, if I'm wrong, I'm absolutely okay with that. I just
Googled it. It's not like
I'd rather have correct information than putting out false information. So
I'm never
wrong.
Good. So that's one.
We want to start a rumor about
So Wally wasn't wrong. I was wrong. He's never wrong.
Thank you. See,
you're welcome. I'll take a bullet for the guest.
Are you here just for the ladies to bring in the females? Because
apparently,
you're sexy, man. You're looking sexy.
Well, thanks.
Oh, you're gonna get him to start twirling that mustache.
Yeah.
Nick grew that for the season premiere of Ted Lasso.
Yeah, that mustache.
Nice.
That mustache comes with a wah-wah pedal.
I left John Wass's comment up on the screen because I wanted to hit on that too. It says, if nothing else, this has drawn attention to Black Widow, the film might not have otherwise have had, which sounds odd considering it's a Marvel movie, which I can't say that I disagree with.
Yeah.
Because this movie has been put off and put off and put off. And I think it lost some of its luster along the way where, you know, I mean, we've been talking about this movie for what, 2-3 years now?
Yeah.
It's been done and, you know, ready to go for a couple years, apparently, or from what I understand. And, you know,
she died since then.
Yeah, she's dead. So, you know, yeah, that's an absolutely a thing. You know, and Travis has got a great point too. He says, you know, Robert Downey Jr. would not be leaving any money on the table, and would anyone fault him? Absolutely not. You know, oh, yeah, he's a great actor. He's worth it, you know, so. Yeah. So I just, you know, I thought it was kind of an interesting topic, you know, to kind of throw on the table, because not only is it pop culture, it's also sci-fi related. And, you know, there's so many ways that you can look at this and
yeah.
You know,
and according to my Google search, Jeff is right. They did do a simultaneous release, which is part of the lawsuit as well.
Oh, Jeff's never going to be able to get his own head out of his own room now.
They had initially announced an August 10th streaming release.
Okay, so they did move it. They did move it up.
Yeah, well, like it was a July 9th theater release, August 10th streaming release, and then they did a simultaneous release.
I imagine all they had to do was just count the streaming as the box office receipts, and none of this would have been an issue. I think it seems that part of the issue is all the money created by the streaming, which creates subscribers, which creates a lifetime revenue, which creates a higher stock price, benefits everyone but Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. But you seem to think they could have easily just
a simple renegotiation could have happened. And hey, we want to move this up a month, and you know, given her a percentage cut of not even the subscriptions, just the additional purchases of that movie. Because if people are going to watch it at home, I mean, you have to pay. It's like $29.99 or $30.99.
Yeah, it's $30 extra.
Yeah, so that's on top of your monthly subscription cost to Disney Plus, so.
Which they just increased as well.
Well, I'm going to be paying that at the theater anyway. So,
well, wait a minute. In New York City, a ticket's $20. I just want to make sure you understand that per person.
Youch.
Yeah. So just throw that in there.
See, that's the thing is, like, if I were going to go see it in theater, I would go for a midday matinee so that I could pay the cheapest.
We don't have those either.
That's bad. I also live in the middle of nowhere. Like, the closest movie theater to me is like half an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yay, small country movie theater with $8 tickets.
However, 100 meg internet, I can watch it in high def at home, and I can wait until October 6th when it's just included on the streaming service.
Be patient. I guess that's what you're telling us, right?
She's playing the long game.
Disney doesn't
just be patient, and one day it's available forever.
Right?
There you go.
Yes, and Disney's made me wait 4 freaking years for it. I can wait a couple more months.
But yeah,
has it really been 4 years?
People just don't seem
since
ready.
they first announced that they were doing it. I think so.
Wow,
people just don't seem right. Mulan, I think, was a huge bust on Disney Plus. It's just
because they tried pushing that out during the pandemic, and I think that just kind of flatlined.
But HBO Max gives them away for free. Like, I'm going to be able to watch.
Yeah, HBO Max does it like
for free.
Yeah, I watched the train wreck of Space Jam 2 for free.
You watched that? Oh, you got a kid. Okay, you have to watch that.
She's 14.
He didn't watch it with his kid.
I didn't even watch it with my kids. It was research.
Wow.
No, I watched that because I love the original Space Jam, and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a watch. And
you really thought this Space Jam was going to be just as good?
No, I had no expectations of that. Here's the thing, and this is my critical synopsis of it.
All right.
It's a cash hungry wallet grab that LeBron James muddles through, looking like he's reading cue cards off SNL.
We'll see whether or not Mick is watching tonight.
There are some portions
from Mick Manhattan.
It is made for kids. I will say that it's made for a very young audience, and young audiences are going to eat it up. Kids are going to eat it up. They're not going to know any different, and that's fine. That's what the movie's designed for. That's who it's made for. I do have a problem with the way that it's put together. It's just there's a couple parts of the movie that I really did like. Because it's a Warner Brothers thing. I mean, there's cameos from just about everything that Warner Brothers has ever made is in that movie. Somewhere they have shoehorned it in, even if, and there's a section with the DC animation where, Lola Bunny, this is not, it was just spoiler, it's just part of the movie. Lola Bunny's, doing some stuff with Wonder Woman, and it's really cool. And I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. They should have done more like that. And just like, not LeBron. I'm not saying that Michael Jordan was a great actor, because he wasn't. He's a basketball player. Clearly, LeBron James, a basketball player. Clearly, they're both very good on the court. And, I would not be talking smack to them on a court, because I wouldn't even make it to the free throw line on them. And I know that if I was trying to dribble them down. What's that?
You're going to talk smack now?
I'll talk smack now because they're probably never going to watch this. And B, it's about movies, so it's fair. But yeah, like I said, it wouldn't have been as bad if I didn't think that LeBron was like line.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. The whole time he's just like. So, let's see. And Travis Foley says, if you purchase it on Disney Plus, you have it as long as you have a subscription. Oh, so he's talking about the Black Widow. Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
A good sci-fi movie that I thought was The Tenet.
I haven't watched that one yet.
You talking the Christopher North one?
I think that's his name. I don't remember actors' names.
Yeah, Christopher. No,
Nolan. I know.
Christopher Nolan, the director.
Nolan.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. That movie was so confusing, dude.
I loved it.
You understood the first go around?
I did, but I did rewind in certain spots. I was like, wait a second. And then I rewatched, and I was watching it with my brother, and we were kind of like talking about it at the same time. And then it was funny because we're like, when that movie finished, it was such a very deep movie. And then we were like, oh, well, let's watch the new Space Jam for fun. And as we're watching it, we're like, oh my gosh, going from one extreme to the other, and you're like, ugh.
So, seeing that Tenet is a Christopher Nolan movie, is it like Inception confusing, or?
No, it's more confusing than Inception. Inception, I thought I understood Inception on the first go around.
I think I did. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, actually.
I liked Inception. I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
The details in Tenet, though, were amazing. And like how everything, like once you wrap your brain around what was actually happening, you're like, okay, this is interesting. And like what other things could be affected by this. And it was something that I've never actually seen in any other sci-fi film before.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I watched it twice, and then I went on YouTube to get understand the plot and different analogies of it. And I'm still like, I don't know. So,
all right.
I will say I love Inception.
You can check out my blog, Understanding Tenet in 5 minutes or less. It's a blog I wrote.
Okay, cool.
It's on my web.
Thanks, Jeff.
From a guy, I got the movie the first time I saw it. I thought,
did you really?
I haven't seen the movie,
but
if I had, I'm confident I would have no idea what was going on. But the I just.
So in other words, he doesn't have a blog, but
Memento,
please go check out his website.
Backwards.
What'd you say, Tim?
As in other words, he doesn't have a blog about it, but please go check out his website. Shameless self-promotion, Jeff. I love it. All right. So Well, we're very much open to shameless self-promotion. That's kind of what we ask everybody to do.
And sorry about stepping away in the middle of a conversation. I had a toddler to go kiss goodnight.
It's okay. Your mom. It happens. So.
Was it some random child or one of yours?
No, it was mine.
Okay.
My husband just texted me a picture of her zonked out on the couch, and I'm like, no, before you put her in bed, I have to go kiss her.
Oh, okay.
So.
Can't let her go to bed without a mom kiss.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
No.
That sounds like an interesting Batman sequel, just kissing children goodnight.
Oh, no.
Nick, what show are you on, buddy?
Just random children.
Yeah.
Here's an idea. A guy in a mask goes around in the dark, kissing
Dressed up in all
random
black,
children.
sneaking up into children's bedrooms.
You know, I'm sure if you took it to the director or to the marketing people at SciFi, they would probably make it. They made Sharknado.
Well, they'll probably throw a couple sharks in it, but then make it work.
Let's not step on Sharknado.
Oh, I'll step all over Sharknado.
Sharknado is one of the greatest movies ever. And
dare you say it's a national treasure?
It is a national. I've got you can't see it, but I have a little poster with Ian Ziering and Tara Reid, both signed. My Sharknado poster.
Wow,
I also have a picture with Ian Ziering where we're both going like this.
Very impressive.
Yes.
Now I'm jealous.
Well, there's 6 Sharknados, so
I used to live tweet them. That was my thing. I was like,
Oh my God, there's 6
See,
of those.
I would totally watch The Meg any day over Sharknado.
the Meg is good too. The
Meg
is
is funny.
enjoyable. The
Like
Meg
it
is
should.
enjoyable.
It's not supposed to be funny, but I find it incredibly funny.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of tongue in cheek. I just like the word megalodon. That's what I just like saying.
It's a fun word.
Megalodon.
So that takes me into
not to mention that we've interviewed Steve Alton, the writer of the book, but
When you find out that the shark that you think is the shark isn't the shark, and there's another shark, woof.
it's a megalodonception.
Yes.
See, I just like Wally was saying though, megalodon is just a fun word, and like prehistoric animal names are usually fun. Like dinosaur names are the most fun to say.
A lot of syllables.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, episode 6 of Funny Science Fiction Podcast. You should go check it out.
You know what's really, really bad? Do you want to know how terrible of a co-host I am?
Fast 10, Furious versus Sharknado. No, John. Put the Fast and Furious down.
You know how bad of a co-host I am right now?
You didn't know that was a thing?
You totally said that you interviewed him. And I'm like, oh, he did? Oh, yeah.
Well, that was pre-you. So
it was pre-me when I still wasn't watching the show.
Wow.
I know!
Right. So it was nice having Kathleen on the. It was nice having Kathleen on the show tonight.
See, I don't watch it now because I'm in it and it's weird.
He was the Peter Benchley of
I'm getting.
Tim's giving us motion sickness, flipping us around over here.
I'm getting a little queasy with the movement.
I had to put it back to the way it was on my screen originally because it felt weird to have everybody in different spots. So,
Tim, I kind of feel like you should put yourself where Kathleen is. You guys should switch because you're kind of looking this way. So then you'd be looking into the show versus away from the show.
see, on my screen it makes me look like I'm looking into the show.
If you do that,
looking into the
but
show.
before you were tilted more that way.
Other way.
Just saying. Wally knows what I'm talking about.
Stupid mirrored screens.
So Kathleen
Wally's
may not have
shirt
watched
even
it,
matches
but
his backdrop. It's driving me
He's
crazy.
in the Brady Bunch thing. You know.
It's
So
Look
yes,
at-
John watched it. John is a faithful viewer.
hang on, everyone. Wally's shirt even is like complimentary of his entire background and wall. I mean, it's annoying how
Jeff,
good
Jeff.
this looks. Isn't it?
stop flirting. We'll make sure you get his email
I'm
afterwards.
not
Okay.
flirting. I just
Wally's like, yeah.
I mean, look at it like compared to my backdrop. Look at my computer. I got like a mic. I got like a headset that doesn't match. I can barely do. I'm wearing a t-shirt.
I feel like that's how ridiculous I look when I try to flirt.
You know, it's
And
like
then,
I'm a
and then
mess.
Wally's over there like, how you doing?
Yes, I'm flirting.
You know, Wally, all you just need is one of these mustaches.
No,
Yeah,
no.
give me 6 months. I'll be back.
Stop encouraging the mustache pandemic.
I may have
That's what No Shave November is for.
I may have made a video where I put some
You could just stop right
googly eyes right above the mustache, And then I was lip syncing to Chef rapping from the new Muppets. Yeah.
I think Nick's only mistake is thinking he needs Tim and Kathleen. He needs his own show.
Hey, have you guys ever seen that rap battle with Kermit and it was all the Muppets and Beaker? It was Beaker, Kermit, I think it was Piggy. Oh man, and Beaker goes off and starts cursing. Oh, it's hilarious, man.
No, but I know what I'll be looking for as soon as the show's over tonight.
Hilarious. They had to stop him. He was getting a little out of control. It was pretty funny.
John's got a point, Nick. Links or it didn't happen. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes left here. I want to shift real quick and talk about something that we were involved with this last week, Friday. There was a podcast fund-a-thon for a very needy family. The Robbie and Nicole Milby, rather, excuse me. This past Friday and over the weekend, we were able to help raise $2,500 for the Milby family.
No.
They have Robbie's had it bad. He got sick. He was in the ICU. He's just out of the ICU. He's been in there for about 4 weeks. He's going to be in the hospital for another 4 or 5 weeks. They, married
transferred from North Carolina back to Ohio.
Got 3 or 4 kids at home, and his wife's trying to take care of the kids, trying to help take care of his health, trying to take care of everything, and so they're starting to fall behind on bills and everything else. And so we're very proud to say that we helped out, that we were able to donate for that. But what we're asking, and I'm going to put the link in the chat here, is that we're going to encourage you guys to go check out this website. It's the GoFundMe for the Milby family. And as you can see right now, it's at $6,700. That $6,700 is going to go very fast. When you start talking somebody being out of work for 4 to 5 weeks, you got car payments, house payments, groceries, monthly bills, everything else. That's before you even get to the medical bills. So ask that you take this link wherever you're watching us on, whether Facebook or YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, wherever it may be. Please take that link. Please go and not subscribe, but donate rather to the Milby family. You don't have to donate a ton of money, because if I donated $10, you donated $10, everybody donates $5-10. It adds up so really very quickly. If you can do a big donation, fantastic, fabulous. And, you don't have to put your name on there. You can be anonymous. And we thank you in advance for any donation that you're able or willing to give.
And even if you can't personally donate, share the link.
Yes, absolutely.
Keep getting the link out there.
Because the chances are, if one person can't, but they send it off to 3 people, one of those 3 people is going to be able to donate, even just a little bit. Like we said, it's a big help, and I am positive that Robbie and Nicole Milby, who Nicole is the sister of a good friend of ours from the 3 Geeks podcast, Jason Taylor. And so this is our podcast family's family. And so it means a lot to us if you guys are able to help out. Like I said, please, just even little bits matter, and little bits add up. Please donate. Like I said, 2,500 so far. This can keep going.
Bring that picture up again.
Yeah, 1 second. There you go.
I just want to know, is that their lawyer or they have 3 kids?
That's the family right there.
Oh, okay. Because the short guy in the middle there looks like their attorney.
He's a very dapper little man.
He may have been, yes. Representation.
Okay. I just want to make sure. All right.
But yeah. Very big, very important thing. So just want to make sure that you guys know that that's still something you can still donate to. It didn't end just because the podcast-a-thon ended on Friday.
Very cool. And
go through and watch the podcast-a-thon. There was some nutso stuff that happened there.
Yeah, I almost got blocked on Facebook, so there's that. So
there's Casey and Mick in whatever the bunny mask thing was, and things got weird.
Things got weird real quick. But apparently on Facebook, don't quote Jackie Gleason talking about the quote from Smokey and the Bandit and say, "I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth." Don't quote that on Facebook because you're inciting violence. So yeah,
you said it or typed it?
I typed it. I typed it in the comments, and apparently I was inciting violence when everybody was quoting from Smokey and the Bandit, and I'm just the jerk. But yeah, hey, whatever.
That happened to Ron Lippett.
It's crazy.
He was quoting some movie stuff, and they gave him a ban.
Yeah, the bots are just insane.
Oh, they're all over the place. And in Funny Science Fiction, our Facebook group, we got people getting knocks for this right, left, and center. And I sent a message to Facebook, not that the Zuckerbots are going to care or pay attention, because clearly they already denied my appeal because they're jerks. But I just told them, I'm like, if you're going to have people do this, great. I understand why you're trying to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there who think they're big and tough because they're behind a keyboard and they're saying a lot of crap. But, if there's a picture of
Batman slapping Robin should not be banned on Facebook.
Right. And hey, have some pop culture references in your back pocket when people are quoting movies, but hey.
So we got about 4 minutes left. Hey, Wally, let's get a little plug of your book and maybe where people can find out more about you and your works.
Well, thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. This is my book. It's called, let me put it green closer so you guys can see why it says you never know. That's the word, you never know. Right, and you can get it on Amazon. The book hit number 8 on the happiness category, and it's a book of encouragements. If you can see that, all the words are on the right side. So basically, it's encourage you to go forward. Don't look back. Just keep going forward. Basically, it's kind of about my life to encourage people, because I used to be an architect, and then I got into stand-up, and then I got into film, I got into TV and all that. And I did it because 3 words my mother told me: you never know unless you try. And so I made it a 1 word, you never know. And that was my mantra. And I'm very, very happy. I'm living my dream. And so I want to use this book to encourage other people to live their dreams, especially now. People like, quitting their jobs and realizing they don't need to go back to work, or they have some other idea or something else they're inspiring to. Let this book be your buddy that you can take with you and say, you know what, you can do it because you never know.
Perfect.
And where can people find this book?
Oh, on Amazon. Yep, just put in "you never know" or my name, Wali Collins, WALICOLINS.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, what about you? Where can people find out more about Jeff Dwoskin?
Jeff, you can go to jeffisfunny.com. I also have a book. It's a checkbook. You can Venmo me at Jeffrey Dwoskin. And every time I get a Venmo, I write out of my book. I take a page out of the book and I write on it and I send it away. So at Jeffrey Dwoskin, that's my Venmo, and you can contribute to my checkbook. And then my podcast, Live from Detroit, the Jeff Dwoskin Show. You may be familiar with the mugs that are available.
You gotta find your camera, dude.
JeffIsFunny.com. Pop culture interviews, tons of fun. So check that out.
I'm a subscriber. I love it.
Thank you, Tim.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
as a reminder, last Friday we've released an interview with Richard Epcar, who voices the Joker in several DC comic properties.
Nice.
Yes. And do we have the video, Tim?
Oh, I have it.
Let's play it. So one of your credits is playing Gotham City's own Clown Prince of Crime, who I happen to love. In case
yes, I see the picture behind your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So that episode is up on our YouTube channel and on all of your favorite podcast providers. Watch it, listen, like it, subscribe.
All right. And then upcoming for this Friday, we had an opportunity to talk with a gentleman by the name of Art Bell. Art Bell was the founder of Comedy Central, a place that Wali Collins might know a little bit of. I'll say he might know a little bit about that. But we talk about to him about his book, his life before Comedy Central, and why sci-fi was important to him even as a young age. And so if you're looking for that, you'll be looking for this image, which Jeff is going to love because it's not cropped. You're welcome, Jeff.
I was going to say, you nailed the other image.
Yeah, well, there's that. So anyway, but
You got lazy.
this episode comes out on Friday. It's episode 44 from Asimov to Comedy Central. We had a great chat with Art, and we're looking forward to sharing that with the rest of you guys. Talks about how he left HBO, started Comedy Central, and all that.
I gotta tell you guys something. I was one of the original hosts on Comedy Central.
Yes.
I knew Art Bell. So next time you talk to him, I say what's up.
I will.
Definitely.
I will. Actually, I got to talk to him. I think I'll probably talk to him tomorrow because letting him know that his episode's coming out this week and everything else along those lines. So I will definitely give him a shout for you.
Not name in a long time. Wow. Okay.
So tune in on this Friday. You can find that episode on YouTube and, of course, your favorite audio podcast destinations. So again, Jeff, Wally, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for putting up with our stumbling to get going. That was almost a disaster, but we made it.
And everybody watching.
Thank you for bringing Mad Libs back.
Yeah.
But did we though? I think we may have done more damage.
Did you bring it back?
Thank you for reminding us why Mad Libs are no longer a thing.
I think it's trending on Twitter right now, actually.
I think we are not Justin Timberlake. We did not bring Mad Libs back, okay?
That did not happen. Everybody watching, thank you for supporting the Attempting to Be Funny Science Fiction podcast. Good night.
Oh, boy. Good night, everybody. On behalf of the rest of the hosts of Funny Science Fiction, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on one of our future episodes, please contact us by means of our Facebook group, Funny Science Fiction. You can find us on Twitter or Instagram using the handle @FunnySciFi, or you can go to DraytonAllen.com and click the Contact Me link at the bottom of the page. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the episode.